Alright, new message at the comm station. Let's check it out. Ah, Victor, yes, we're gonna be hearing a lot from you, aren't we? Beatrix, I received another message from the AI that I have been in communication with since your arrival on Rainbow Island. The message was somewhat personal to me, but also contained vital information for you. So, in the interest of presenting all data to its fullest, I will read it verbatim. I appreciate a man of integrity. Victor, thank you for chatting with me over those many days in which I got to know you better. I must confess that I had entered our correspondence with the aim of verifying your scientific ability. Our correspondence has not only assured me of this, but, unexpectedly, has provided comfort and companionship in the dark days that I now find myself within. I am sending you a partial blueprint to a gadget I tried to develop, but cannot. If you can complete it, I believe it is the key to entering the Grey Labyrinth. Please understand, Victor, that I never meant to deceive you, but I need to know who I can trust in order to stand a chance at fixing things. If that happens, I'd love to meet you someday. I'd love to play another game of Go over coffee until the sun rises once more. And that's all it says. What was given to me was a complex blueprint of partial schematics and, frankly, almost alien code. I have spent days analyzing it and believe I have modified it into a finished state that should perform the task that it was designed to do. At least, I hope so. To be frank, I do not wish to let this person down. I feel I owe it to them, as a friend. So allow me to grant you the completed blueprint per their instructions. It appears to be a device that you will need to use near the entrances to the labyrinth, but I am afraid I know little else. If unsure just how to use it, well, experiment. That is the only way to know the unknown. Good luck, Beatrix. It seems we're all counting on you now. Radiant projector. Fascinating. Can't wait to see how this funky little dude works. This device can help restart long dormant devices in the Grey Labyrinth. Let's take a look at that. Look at all those supplies. Look at all those resources. Golly, I farmed so many resources. Yeah, it used to be that I would just spend a bunch of time going through and just, oh yeah, I need to go grab resources. Let's just run around the world in 20 different places and grab all the things. I do still not have Tangle Plorts. Unfortunately, I did not ever chance across the weather condition that actually gives us access to Tangle Slimes. So, we don't have that, unfortunately. We do have a few new upgrades that we can actually acquire by the looks of it. Let's start with one radiant projector. Actually, let's make that 2. We can use one to see how it functions, and we'll have a backup just in case we need it. Real quick, while I'm here, do we have any new... We do have a pink teleporter we can use. It looks like we'll also have a new potential set of portals, maybe? I'm seeing a Powderfall Bluffs portal. I'm seeing this is probably a Grey Labyrinth portal, if I had to guess, and then this is another, maybe another linked set like these color-coded ones. But we'll just have to find out. I think I will bump up the game's volume just a little bit. Give it a little more chutzpah. Okay. Let's take a look at the map and see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot that I set up a whole bunch of resource flags. Because they added that as a gadget. You can actually see these icons on the map now, so you can see all the different warp depots and stuff I have set up. So I just started putting resource flags everywhere that I found a natural resource, so that I could just look at the map at a glance instead of having to remember a route, I guess. We still never found... There's one... Actually, did we ever find all of the treasure pods? I seem to remember there was one in the Ember Valley we couldn't find. I don't remember if Powderfall Bluffs, if we had found all of those, or if this is how it was last time. You know, in 3 months, 3+ months, because I don't remember when the last time it was I played, even before the Grey Labyrinth update came out. Who even knows? Because I haven't gone to look back at it. Whether those treasure pods were still missing. Oh, I do have one Tangle Slime. I never got a second one. That's what the thing was. That's what the thing was about it. Okay. Let's see here. These are still growing. I think we're good to head out. So where I want to start here, where I think makes the most sense to start, is I know where the entrance is. Actually, maybe Ember Valley would be a better place to go. Because I know exactly where the, yeah, let's do it. Let's go to Ember Valley instead, because I know exactly where that particular Grey Labyrinth entrance is. So that would probably be the best, or at least the easiest place to start, because I already know where the spot is that we need to go to. Not that way. Keep on running. A little bit jittery at times, but I'm thinking that's just because I haven't played through in a while. I'm guessing that if this game does any sort of cache building, that I haven't redone it since moving the files back over to the main drive. You can see those resource flags that I've set around everywhere, so that I can just quickly take a look and see whether there's anything nearby or not. Here, in theory, could be an entrance. This did not used to be open. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was just gonna take a look and see, are there any... Yeah, here are video settings. I was gonna say maybe we can turn something down here. We can turn it down to low and see if that helps. Just to see. This definitely was not open before, so we are in uncharted territory here. You're going into the fog. Ooh. This looks pleasant. That gray fog, probably not great to fall into that. That is not the gadget button. Let's see, where is the radiant projector? I want to add. I think maybe we don't need the spring pad right now. I'll put the radiant projector in there instead. I said I'll put the radiant projector in there instead. I have to confirm it. Okay. I was wondering why it wasn't in there. So we need this, I suppose. Interesting. So maybe we put one there, and then the other one goes there. Oh, it's a good thing I made two of them, huh? Otherwise we wouldn't have been able to get in here, potentially. Ooh. Oh boy. We're going somewhere. I'm a little nervous about getting too far down toward those clouds here. I'm curious about that little shimmer over there. Looks a little bit shimmery off to that side. I'm still looking out for those treasure pods, especially since there's... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's some floating stuff here. Oh. We're crossing over into mysterious territory, aren't we? Oh, don't touch that. Do not touch the shimmery rainbow atmosphere. It's a little bit spicy. Fair enough, I suppose? Well... I think this looks a little bit more promising than the darkened areas. Looks like that's a portal. So let's hop right in and see where we end up. The Grey Labyrinth. Imposing layer cake whose depths hide ancient prismatic secrets. Oh boy. On its surface appears to be keeping the curious out, yet the further in one ventures, the more one suspects the Grey Labyrinth is holding something in. An erratic pulse of power beats from somewhere deeper within the ancient structure. This does sound like impacted both slimes and inanimate objects alike, giving them odd properties that sometimes defy logic or natural forces entirely. That sure sounds not unlike the classic quantum slimes of the old... Hello, shadow slimes? Shadow slimes? Can I capture you guys? I am completely incapable. Oh, tin petal. I don't have any resource flags, but I think that'll be fine. Let's start grabbing some resources from this new area, I suppose. Nature is metal. Oh, can't wait to see what that lets me upgrade later. Is this a new type of honey? Looks a little magma coma. Oh no! A new level of spicy honey. Fascinating. Probably not safe for consumption. Yeah, I would agree. I'm inclined to agree with that initial assessment. I already feel like I'm kind of going further down into secret territory, or at least not main path territory. Ooh. More fire slimes. Ooh, shadow slimes. Hello? Hello? Excuse me? I'm walking on the path. Don't burn me. Don't burn me just for being here. Something tells me this might be locked from the other side gateway. I'm kind of inclined to stick to the main path and try and get a map, potentially. But I do want to remember there is that lower route back there. Just in case. Hello? Who are you? It's you! I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Hello, Beatrix? I mean, Miss LeBeau. I mean, is Beatrix okay? Sorry, I just can't believe I'm talking to you now. You're kind of a legend where I'm from. I'm sorry, you probably have a million questions. And I'm so sorry, but I can only be so helpful. I'm in a position now where I need to manage what I'm doing here at all times until we can fix it. It's very delicate work. We'll need to keep our chats a little short. Okay. You seem to know me, but I don't know you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have introduced myself. I'm Gigi. I'm a botanist and an explorer, and lately, a makeshift expert on alien technology. I'm sorry that I didn't make myself known sooner, but I had to know for sure that you wouldn't be like the others, that you were someone I could trust. So you're the one who stained them. You're the one that sent me the letter and the boat that brought me here. Yes. I can't do this alone, and you are the one person I believe who could help me. With what? Help me save Rainbow Island. Maybe even all of the far, far range. You see, when I first came to Rainbow Island, I was so taken with its beauty. It was unlike anything I had ever seen before. But I eventually discovered this beauty came at a price. Long ago, something from way out there in space crashed into what is now Rainbow Island. And slowly, it began to change things. Rocks and cliffs blushed with color and then rippled with veins of the same prismatic hues that sprouted from the grasses and other flora. Even the atmosphere here has a kind of hyper color to it. It's everywhere, all spreading from the thing from space. That thing, I call it the Prismacore, changes the properties of everything around it. It starts with color, but then material and elemental changes begin. So how do we stop it? Traverse through the Grey Labyrinth and find me. I cannot leave my post, but I can communicate with you from these devices as you find them. Once you find me, we can try to stop what is happening here. In the meantime, I'll do my best to answer more questions as you think of them. But heck, even if you don't have any, it will just be good to chat with another human. It has been so long. Alright, I'll see you inside. Good luck, Beatrix. And stay sharp when the colors here intensify. Things will get crazy. Okay, so we've got something not too unlike the solar storms from the glass desert. So watch out when things get all hyper-colored. Really don't know what's up with these shadow slimes. They don't have a diet. And I don't know that I have any entries on them. Rock statue, okay. Noted. If we find any rock slimes, I can... Oh, it's a crystal slime. Wait. Is that what we need, though? Can always try it. Give me those. We'll try it. We'll see if it takes. Nah, it's a rock statue. Should have read the fine print. I'll just leave those over there. Surely that won't have any consequences. Just trying to see if we have anything new or unusual here. So there's a nice little nest up here. Let's see, we have... Interesting. A one-way gate by the looks of it, or at least locked from the other side. Understandable, have a nice day. Let's check. This wall seems to be made of wall, but not normal wall. That wall's doing a little bit of funky rainbow stuff. I wonder if the layout of this place will change when those hypercolor events happen. Or at the very least, we'll be able to access different areas based on those cycles. Keeping an eye out for rock slimes along the way so we can try and get that statue. Also, we have 19 treasure pods, but they look a little different. An icon is definitely not like the other treasure pods that we've seen before. There are 19 pods, so keep an eye out for them as we progress. Ooh, goody. Got some Largos. That's fine. Just take these magma combs and move along. Thank you very much. Sticking to moving right. Okay, we have another door here. Needs a statue to open it. Don't know if that's one we can open from this side, however. Don't see a statue immediately. Usually the statue is somewhere nearby the door that it unlocks, so it might only be accessible from the other side. I'll just keep on moving here. We'll head the other way. Ah, here it is. Okay, so we need a boom plort. Shouldn't be too difficult. Give you... Well, there was some food that dropped from one of these over here. I just need to feed them. No, don't lose it. Don't lose the fruit. Don't lose the fruit. I'm trying to pick it up. There we go. Let's try one that's not in the lava, maybe. Here, you come up here for a moment. Come up here for a moment. I'd like to give you some food. No? One of you's got to eat this. They're trying. They're trying, but they're not. There you go. Just need that bloom plort. Give me that. Thank you. Took a little bit of finagling, but we got it. No. There we go. Okay. So that other door should be open now. Well, let's go see what's inside. Yeah, they did also mention in the update notes that the Grey Labyrinth is going to be a bit more challenging compared to the other areas thus far. So definitely worth noting. Oh. Oh, interesting. Another rock statue over there. I'm curious, can I shoot things through these grates? Doesn't seem like it. No, those are solid. These are basically just windows then. Fair enough. We're underneath where we were before. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's no good. Oh, they're having a bad time up there. That's interesting that this whole little area was just for that little dead end? Nothing else? Fair enough, I suppose. Just a little sneak preview of a different part of the labyrinth, I guess. I certainly don't mind having a little bit more information. Information is definitely a good thing to have. Gotta let my energy recharge occasionally. I can keep using the jetpack moving around. What is this? Excuse me, friends. I would prefer if you weren't right next to me right now. What is this? Looks like we'll need to put something in here. But I wonder what. Looks like we need something sun-related. That definitely is in the shape of a doorway. That doesn't just look like casual lava flow by any means. Oh, does it mark the statues? I can hide the flags. Oh, shadow plort doors. Huh. Okay. So it marks the plort doors. So this isn't a shadow plort door, but it is interesting to note that those shadow slimes are going to be something we need to figure out to deal with those particular doors, or switches, it seems like. Oh, Pronto Mart. I am in the Grey Labyrinth. I have... Oh... That is a lot of area to explore. This suddenly opened up quite a lot. Well, I guess we better take a look around, huh? Start from the bottom and work our way up. Something tells me that water is going to be a rare resource in here, considering all the lava. So I am not exactly keen on using it if it's not required. So we're gonna deal with the tar the old-fashioned way by just moving them somewhere else. Just take the tar and push them somewhere else. here's a switch. I have a feeling that might have some consequences I'm not prepared for yet. I'll finish looking in through this room first. This room is fairly sizable. And it's got some decent verticality to it. So I would like to explore the full breadth. Oh, hello. Oh, there's another switch back here. Oh, and it's surrounded by a lava pit that I somehow walked past the first time, but not the second. Good to know this is back here, though. We'll keep it in mind. This is here. Does not mark on the map. Okay. So I'll just have to remember that that is there. Don't have a problem with that. I like to think I have a pretty decent memory. These shadow slimes, I'm really wondering. Oh, you know what? We had to use those. We had to use those specific gadgets to get in here. What are they? What are they called? I can't look at the name. Radiant projector. We had to use those radiant projectors to get in, thinking that is probably going to be something we'll need to figure out with either the shadow slimes and or those switches. But in the meantime, I suppose we'll keep exploring onward. What does the switch do? I have this door open now. Where this goes, I have no idea, but let's check it out. It's a little shortcut back to this area where we opened the boom statue door. Okay. Okay, so these are like little one-way. Huh? How did we get that port? Excuse me? Let's see. Oh, they hide in places where they're safe from prismatic disruptions. Let's see. Shadow slimes present no immediate threat to a rancher, but they will flee. Perhaps accidentally falling headlong into the cloudy abyss of the labyrinth as you desperately try to snag their plorts is a risk. But how do you... What caused them to come out? Because they don't have a diet. So I assume that food isn't a thing for them. Because even the puddle slime has a diet of water, and the fire slime has a diet of ash. Yoki slime doesn't have a diet, but it's a weird slime anyway. I wonder... Yeah, master acquiring their plorts, but it doesn't... You don't tell me how, though. I guess I could try tossing something at it. And we have plenty of beets. We could just try using some of those. Let me see if putting the shadow plort into here does anything. It does not, and it also dissipates on contact. Lots of new information. So apparently shadow plorts are going to be important. At least according to that database entry. And it's also going to be important to try to figure out... Ah, I see. It is hitting them with something. I hit him with the heartbeat, and that made him drop one. Okay, so we know that the little sunburst things don't interact with shadow plorts. Or at least they don't seem to, from what I can tell. So let's keep moving along this way. Hey, buddy. Get watered. Because somebody left a portable water tap out here, so we do have a source of water available here. That's good to know. Up or to the side. I guess let's keep going with the right turn rule. Right turn rule. This area's got a little... Oh, what are you? Unstable veggie. Unstable veggie. Interesting. I think I'll give up the 20 prickle pears that I had for that. I can grow more of those. Unstable veggies are new. Unstable resources is just a whole category on its own. Oh. Eventually, these resources will pop out of existence or even a rancher's vac tank to escape the confines of reality and mundane 3 dimensions. Basically, they've got too many reality appointments and they're constantly rushing to get to their next one. Okay, fair enough. Unable to be used for regular ranching purposes, they have unique interactions with the slimes within the Grey Labyrinth. Okay. Oh, having them on you prevents usage of warp technology. Good to know. Good to know. Well, let me grab a bunch of these then. We got a bunch of slimes here to try out. Try out stuff on. Let's grab these materials. Unstable plort. Oh. I saw the unstable veggies coming out of my backpack there. Prisma plorts. Prismatic plorts of possibilities with a purpose. Let's see. These plorts appear to be especially sensitive to the temporal distortions that appear throughout the Grey Labyrinth. Okay. Only there was a way to stabilize them to make them safer to transport. Maybe an upgrade of some kind? Possible uses for Prismaplorts are as mysterious as the Grey Labyrinth itself, but perhaps some creative minds coming together can unlock their untapped potential. This feels like a bit of a meta-commentary, dare I say. So give me a moment to take these, and I actually want to backtrack. Oh, I see. They don't just get deleted from existence, they do just... they're popping out. I want to see if we can use these. Whoa. What's this? What is that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Get rid of the unstable ones. Prismaplort. Oh. Are these stable? Wait a minute. It's under resources. It was 3rd page. Oh, interesting. So those little distortions. Oh, I can stabilize these Prismaplorts, and these look pretty bright and shiny. So these I can probably use on these, maybe? No? I really don't know what these are for then. Interesting. Does a shadow plort do anything? Okay, it doesn't seem to really interact with these. No. It doesn't interact with these distortions the same way that those other plorts do. Fair enough. Still good to know. Let's keep on exploring then. There's a lot of new stuff to take in here. Try to hang on to these. I don't have any hens to feed you. I have no meats. There are no meats to feed you. Sorry, Lucky Slime. I have no sustenance for you. Lava Fall? You okay, buddy? You just... Is this... No, that's a glass tube. I thought that was a lava fall because there's a bunch of them around here. Guess not. Well, there's another one of these things. I want to know what you do. Tell me what you do. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, hello. No, my unstable plort. There it goes. It's gone. It was too unstable for this world. I was not expecting the shadow slimes to pop out from up there. Another lucky slime? Oh, there's a rock slime plort door here. There's a lot of those. And yet all we have here are crystal slimes. We're gonna need to bring a lot of rock slime plorts in here the next time we revisit this zone. Oh, it is marking these. Interesting. I wonder if it only marked them after I've found these prismatic plorts. Interesting. Oh boy. We're going even deeper. I never even found the map for the previous zone I was in. We're in a new zone, an outdoor area. I'm not ready yet. Let me go back. Hold on. I know there's a lot of new stuff to cover here. A lot of new ground to cover, a lot of new things to explore. But there's more spaces, like up here. Like, what's up here? We never went up here. I'm getting burned by lava through the floor again. Stony egg lamp. Interesting. So this is the other path down here. Yeah, okay. Ooh, check that out. Glad I came back. Otherwise I would have missed this door, which leads back to the main... Oh. Oh, it also opened the hatch in the floor, so now there's another path through. Beautiful. I am gonna get so incredibly lost here with all these different wraparound branching paths that interweave back into one another. But hey, that gives a perfect opportunity to go back and check out the other place I wanted to go to. few shadow plorts while I'm here, because why not? Might as well. Still don't know what they're used for yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. I want to go down here. There's this whole little secret area down here. Try to grab a few more shadow plorts while we're thinking about it. Oh, is that what was down here then? Just a little hidey hole for some shadow slimes to hang out. Totally fair. Still nice to know about. It is one of the aforementioned dark corners that they like to hide in. It's pretty handy to know about. Ow. Barning me. Oh, it didn't take. For some reason that didn't hit him. Or didn't count. Alright. Now I feel okay moving forward. Because we'll need to come back with a bunch of rock plorts to open up these statues anyway. So I'm not worried about doing anything with that at this exact moment. Now we'll head toward the outdoor section. Because we've got another comm link with Gigi that we can check out. A nice open outdoor area where I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of value out of the jetpack. But first, let's have a little bit of a chat.
Isn't it beautiful? Despite everything, there's a part of me that is still happy to see it all again.
Am I still inside the labyrinth?
Yes, you're still inside the labyrinth, if you can believe it. It's a total recreation of aspects of the environment outside, down to the atmosphere. But even more astonishing is the scale of it all. It's actually bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Total mind-bender. Not everything here will make sense at first, or maybe ever. So just do what you do best. Explore, collect, and figure out how best to navigate this place. Knowing your way around and understanding how things work here will prove valuable in time.
I was in a room with strange lights and things got crazy.
When parts of the labyrinth begin to shimmer and explode with radiant light, you need to watch out. Call them prisma disruptions. They are the unstable bursts of energy generated by the prisma core. They come in waves, so learn to spot them and how to survive them. Because, though, the disruptions are dangerous, they will prove essential for our work here, in time.
I don't know if I experienced any of those. I don't know that anything that happened I would really describe as things got crazy. Things are a little bit weird, maybe a tiny bit quirky. I don't think crazy really fully encapsulates what I experienced in there. But in any case, let's head back to exploring.
Okay, Beatrix, you know where to find me if you need me. Sort of.
Fair enough. Well, we've got a lot of verticality ahead of us, so let's start by taking some high ground. And something tells me we are going to need it to really, truly explore some of this place's more out-of-the-way locations. Like over here. And this area's got some blue going on. It's still got some of the lava too. Suspiciously looks like an archway of sorts. Anything to see over here? No, not really noticing anything immediately. I'd have to really commit to that. Well, maybe this is an archway of some kind, but nothing I can really work with yet. Let's head back down. Kind of follow the main path a little bit. Just do a little side exploration as we go. Try and check the nooks and crannies. Any interesting stuff. It's a very pretty area, though. That initial area of the Grey Labyrinth is very close quarters. Ooh, what is this? Polaricherry? Polaricherry? Really running out of space in my inventory. I don't have a lot of room for stuff. So I think this is probably as good a place as any to place down refinery link. Need a minute to install, so we'll come back to that. Let's do a little bit more exploration while we wait for that. They do want to drop off at least these tin petals and the magma combs, since they're just straight up refinery resources that I don't feel like I really need to hang on to while I'm exploring, especially since we've got new resources. Black Indigonium. Oh boy. I'm kind of curious if I can put the Prisma and the Shadow Plorts in the refinery as well. One-way door, it looks like. Can actually kind of take a peek inside through the windows here. Yep, one-way switch. That one actually looks like a toggle switch. Maybe. I think it will just open up a shortcut, though. Wow. Pretty. Alright, we'll come back to you in a moment, Gigi. I just want to... Ooh. Hello? Twin. Pink twin Largo. Oh, we've got twin slime. Ooh, rock slimes. I really need to clear out some inventory space here. Give me a moment. We can grab some rock plorts and head back. I think there were, what, 2 of them? Alright, let's get the resources in here because I know we can do those. Can we put shadow plorts in the refinery link? We can. We'll put a few in there. We'll keep some. And then we'll just put a single Prisma plort in there. Okay, that frees up some inventory space for us at least. Let's see, I wanted to... The Polaricherries are gone. Wait, no, they're still here. Sharply sour or sickeningly sweet. Somehow both the most sweet and most sour fruit on Rainbow Island, deciding on which side you're looking at when you take a bite. Interesting. You can grow them, and they're favored by the twin slime. We've got a new slime type that is ranchable. Good to know, good to know. So we'll want to hang on to these. And grab some of this black indigonium. Dark as midnight. Is this just a permanent... It's a permanent little disruption spot? It could be useful. To have a consistent area where you can stabilize the unstable prismaplorts. Certainly an interesting prospect. Let me deposit this black indigonium, and then I want to grab a couple of rock plorts and head back. Open those other plort doors. I think that would be valuable. Are those more tin petals? Cool. I was wondering why this little outcrop was here. I'm not going to grab them right now, though. I can always do... Oh. Oh. Is that the twin slimes eating? They can just grab food from a distance? Oh, interesting. Unstable fruit. Yeah, these guys are leaving unstable plorts. Well, I guess I could use those. Might as well. Take whichever ones I can find and try to bring them back to the stabilizing areas here. Stack ourselves up with a few more prisma plorts, since they apparently... What is this? What's up with these? I'm assuming those will hurt me if I walk through them. I'm not gonna test it. Anything out here? Doesn't look like it. Some more fruits. More black indigonium. At this point, I'm just following the path. See where it leads. Hey, tabby slime. Nice to see a familiar face amidst all of this unusual architecture. Whoa, that's a lighting shift. Where do you suppose this portal might lead? What does its icon look like on the map? Just a golden gate, I suppose. Well, not super keen on walking through random unmarked teleportation devices. Know thyself and thy other self as well. Twin slimes can create reality-defying portals that can snag things from the environment and drop them in other places. Sometimes they do it just to be troublemakers. So we've got another little prankster on our hands. A twin slime plort is actually two plorts occupying the same spot in reality. Interesting. Very interesting. So we've got one of these guys. If we get a second one, we can have them on the ranch, probably somewhere very isolated. They cause as little trouble as possible. Is there any other reason to be up here? Ah, there's another little sunspot switch here. No? Oh boy, some jetpack platforming. What did it call these things again? Shadow plort doors. It's very interesting. They're called shadow plort doors. I think I'm gonna need to experiment with those. Gosh, what were they called again? These radiant projectors. We're gonna need to experiment with those in the Prisma plorts, I think. Just to see. I think what it is they need... Those things need an actual light source. And I think the light source is gonna have to come from us, because I haven't seen any sort of natural light sources like what we had to actually get into the Grey Labyrinth in the first place. Yeah, I never went back to that other GG holograph. There's just too much new stuff to see. Oh. Give me a moment, what is this? Oh, twin slime statue, huh? Twin statue? That's some indigonium. Interesting, okay.
It's so easy to get lost in thought admiring this strange architecture and wondering where it all came from, isn't it?
Who do you think built this place?
There is much evidence across the far, far range that someone or something was here long ago. There are crumbling ruins and the remains of ancient technological devices all over the planet. These ruins have always been perplexing because they don't seem to have specific functions, at least that we can understand, not to mention all the slime statues you see everywhere. But the labyrinth is different. I believe it was built with a specific purpose in mind.
And what purpose is that?
I think the Prisma Core was discovered long ago, and this labyrinth is actually a containment and research facility that was built around it. They couldn't stop the effects of the Prisma Core, so they just tried to prevent it from affecting the rest of the far, far range while they looked for a solution. The labyrinth was designed to be a self-sustaining ecosystem. I think this was to simulate parts of Rainbow Island and see what the Prisma Core would do to it over time.
This area does look very Starlight Strand, with the blue and red foliage.
Outside the labyrinth, you have seen mostly chromatic changes to the world, but inside, where the effects are amplified, elemental properties will shift entirely. I've seen water turn to glass, flowers turn to metal. It's dire.
That explains the tin petals, for sure. We'll find a way to stop it.
In time? I hope so. Always in time.
Well, what about you, Gigi? I am curious to learn more about you. Where are you from?
Hard question to answer, I guess. I'm actually from not too far from where you now call home, but we would have never crossed paths until now. I was born on the far, far range. It's my home, and it's all I've ever known outside of books. When I first discovered Rainbow Island, it felt so genuinely new, like finding a secret room in your childhood home. I wanted to stay there forever. Now it feels as though I've lived many lifetimes. Childhood was one of them, and my life on Rainbow Island another. And now that I'm back, well, I suppose that's another. But it's getting fuzzy.
What do you mean?
The way I managed to get back, to get another chance to fix what is happening here, well, it wasn't your typical way of traveling. So now my head is always a little foggy, a little mixed up. Memories I have now feel rearranged, like they're out of order. Sometimes what I did yesterday will feel so distant, like a half-remembered thing from my childhood. And those same childhood memories of mine will suddenly be crystal clear, sometimes even feeling new. My earliest memory has always been sitting underneath our dining room table, watching my mom vacuum the living room. She didn't know I was there, and I just watched her. I remember that it was a hot day, and she looked tired and upset about something. And that used to be it. But since I came back, that memory has changed. I'm still under the table, she's still vacuuming, the day is hot, she is tired. Then she notices me, and her expression suddenly moves to surprise and joy, and she stops what she's doing. She kneels down. We talk about something, but I can't hear my own words. I just see her listening and smiling. And then her expression changes again. She's still smiling, and I see tears begin to form in the corners of her eyes, but she holds them back. And then she tells me that she is so sorry her grandmother never had the chance to meet me. She puts a hand on my shoulder and is about to say something else. The comm station rings and she turns her head. I can't remember anything more after that.
Well, that's a lot. Very interesting, though. It's like her memories are slowly expanding, maybe? Whether that's actually real memory or a consequence of whatever alternative form of travel she took at some point, that's, I suppose, hard to discern right now. We do have a potential unreliable narrator situation happening. So we'll just have to put together what pieces we can, the information we have, as we keep speaking to Gigi over these different comm links. Let's keep exploring. We've got a twin plort here. We could... Oh, hey Rock Slime. How you doing, buddy? That does present a slight problem for me. Here, you move out here. Where's that? You like fruit. So we'll have you... that plort out of here. Move the fruit out here. But you... give you the fruit. Take the twin plort. Go up here real quick. Where is it? Right there. Grab that twin slime again. Perfect, okay. I did something. I don't know what. Are there any other statues in here? I think that was the only one. Okay, okay. I feel like there might be something further up. Gosh, it almost feels like there could be something above. Can I stand on any of these? Not easily. A little bit of a recess on the wall we can stand on here. I'm curious. I have to indulge my curiosity here. I am a cat after all. Is that a hard wall? Or a hard ceiling, rather. Felt like I couldn't go up any further. Different to the usual jetpack limit. No, that's just jetpack limit. Ooh, I can stand on these. It's not easy. Not easy to accomplish, but it is possible. Hmm. Yeah, this area doesn't have treasure pods in the same way that the other zones do. They've just got these shadow doors. I wonder if I can stand maybe on this one. Just squeeze me up there. Just a little bit further. Dang. I feel like we could probably get up there. I don't know if there's anything to get to up there. I'm just too darn curious not to try. I just need to be able to land myself on some of these things long enough. Yeah, I think I just need to expend less energy landing on them, because once I land on them, I can get more height. I have no idea if there's actually anything up here. Curious enough to try. Whoa, get me up there. Right there. It's so close. Almost stayed up there. Well, shoot dang. It's a little tricky. I think I've almost got it. I think that little medallion over there is my best shot at getting the height I need. Here, these things. Dang. I hop to this one and then one of these higher rectangular ones. Maybe we could do something with that. Let's try this. And yeah, there's just not enough area. Get me up here. Nice. Made it up. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here. This doesn't look like the kind of thing I'm supposed to be able to see. This rotating texture. Yeah, the way this clips into the ceiling or the pillar. This doesn't feel like an area I'm supposed to be in. But hey, you know what? We did it. And that's pretty fun. Suppose I should probably move on now. So we got this twin statue. I don't know what that did for us though. Maybe it opened something up there? Looks like there's some ledges up there. There's like a couple of ledges up there. Maybe there's something up there that we unlocked. Ah, more shadow slimes, huh? Not gonna worry about them. Ooh, light source. Well, what is this? Huh? What is this thing? Fascinating. Experimentation time. Y'all need to move out of the way for a moment. Excuse me. Prismaplort does not do. I'm assuming we're gonna need to guide the light to shine into that little gem on the stand, perhaps. Now, in any case, we don't have any more of these. Should have probably just made a bunch of the... God, what are these gadgets called? I can't remember. Radiant Projector. Radiant Projector. Gotta remember that. Radiant Projector. Alright, give me that. You can have the chicken. Yep. Oh, you overshot him. Try. No! No! Buddy! No! He yeeted himself into the void. What is up with this area? Why is down here a place that I can be? Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna get so lost here. So much area. And all of these things I don't know how to interact with. Oh, lighting shift, huh? Yeah, yeah, they won't even let me get up there. That is hard-walled. They won't even let me try to get up into those moving mechanisms. Another one of these things, but I don't know. They're called Shadowplort doors. Yeah, Shadowplort doors. But I just... I've tried putting Shadowplorts into them, and it doesn't... Just kind of poofed. That doesn't seem to do much of anything. I really do wonder if it is just a light source thing. If I had radiant projectors, it would probably be easier to find out. At least experiment with it. Oh, another light source. Well, let's see if I can get up here. There's... Ooh, hang on. Oh, a little pinwheel up here. And some more black indigonium. Go check out this door first. Since we're probably not going to be able to get through it right now, I at least want to take a look at it. See what we've got going on. Yeah, there's another little medallion thing here. Enough. Oh, I wonder, maybe the light source that gets put through here gets sent up to the other medallion up top. I don't know what we would do with that light source, but maybe. There's a lot of questions I can't really answer because I don't have radiant projectors. Oh well. Actually, I will check this area out first. Man, this larger part of the Grey Labyrinth is way larger. Kind of incredibly so. Jeez. I just look down and see all this open area. Like, I'm pretty sure I've been down there before, but it's a lot. It looks like a lot. They got mid-air jumps, I guess. Hello, Gigi. Let's do another one.
An incredible view. So easy to get lost in the beauty of it. That is, until a Prisma disruption turns it all to chaos.
Yeah, finding your way around here is hard enough without them.
I thought that might be the case, so I have been developing a gadget that should prove useful to you.
Do tell.
Call it a disruption detector, and it does exactly that. Place them around the labyrinth. Placing them around the labyrinth will tell you when a Prisma disruption is about to happen in that area. It even works on your map. I'll give you one I made myself, as well as the blueprint so you can fabricate as many as you need.
Disruption detector. It's interesting. I'm gonna look at the information on Prismaplorts just in case she has any information I'm not already aware of.
Prismaplorts can be acquired within the chaotic Prisma disruptions that happen all over the labyrinth. Prismatic disruptions will cause areas to suddenly glow with prismatic energy, intensifying over time. During these disruptions, you can find food on the ground that has become unstable from the effects of the Prisma core. If you feed this food to slimes, those slimes will produce an unstable plort. Unstable plorts can be stabilized into Prismaplorts using stabilizers that you will find in the labyrinth. Based on my findings, they come in two forms. First are the large ring-like ancient stabilizer devices you will find tucked away in the labyrinth. They're big and hard to miss.
So that's what that big portal-looking thing was. That's probably an ancient stabilizer. Okay. So that is a constantly available stabilizing area. The ones we've been seeing are these temporal stabilizers. Okay.
In either case, shooting unstable plorts through these rings will yield Prismaplorts. And with ancient stabilizers, you can even leap through them to stabilize all your plorts at once. It's fun.
See, that is the kind of thing that I'm glad I read this, because I don't know that I would have found that out. At least not for a while.
Well, fun if it weren't for the fact that the world around you at the time is likely exploding with dangerous energies and unstable plorts are flying out of your tank. Either way, it's an adventure, right?
Fair enough, that did provide me new information. Let's take a look at the disruption detector here. Yeah, we need Prismaplorts, tin petals, dream bubble. Dream bubble. New resource? In addition to all the other resources, dream bubbles are definitely new. Ooh. Is that a shadow statue? With all these bunch of shadow slimes over here? Boy. Glide on over here so that I can have this marked on the map. Wait for my chance to go back over. There we go. Are there still shadow slimes in here? There are. Boink. I want my heartbeat. Give me that. Give me the heartbeat. Here we go. I do like to try to hold on to my resources. Now let's see here. I like how the statue is on a rotating platform, as if I'm going to try to take the shot from a distance. Sloomber statue. Wait a minute. That ain't Shadow. Sloomber. That's a different type of slime entirely. One that I haven't seen yet. Guess we'll have to keep exploring to find them. Anything fun and interesting up here? Good. There we go. Trying to get back on the high ground and take a look around here. Is there a switch down there? There is. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know where we are then. No, no, this is different. This is a different spot. Map. Map. We finally found our first section of map, and it wasn't in the first section of the labyrinth that we were in. You know, honestly, now that I think of it, they probably did hide the map behind one of the rock plort doors. But hey, now we have a proper, visible map. It's not just relative location. And now we have a way out to this main plaza. It's handy. Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's going to be 3 of these statues that we need to find to open this door. Okay, so that's what the twin statue that we did earlier, that's what that was. Okay, good to know. Do see a couple more. See a couple more GG spots here. Little comm links. What are we looking at here? We didn't talk to them earlier, so... This was the one I meant to get back to when we first entered the area, but then I just explored and kind of lost track of it. But we've wrapped back around.
Isn't it beautiful? Despite everything, there's a part of me that is still happy to see it all again.
Oh. Wait. Wait a minute. These questions are the same questions as the other question place when we first entered. No, this is the same... Huh. Wait a minute. That's the same questions from over at the very beginning of the area. Don't tell me they've got redundancies in here. I know they've got another comm link over here, so let's go check this one out. Oh, it's one of these doors. Oh, hey, nice. No, you come here. You go away. Hey, Gigi, you might explain these doors? That would be cool if you could explain these doors to me, because I have not figured them out yet.
You watch the sunset inside the labyrinth? Darkness of night creeps in, and yet it's all an illusion. At least it has to be.
Speaking of darkness, what's with those funky little shadow slimes?
Shadow slimes are a strange variant of slimes that seem to be the opposing polarity of the Prismacore made manifest. I still don't know if they were specifically created by someone to be this kind of opposing force, or if they evolved to be that way. You know, how nature always seems to find a way. Either way, shadow plorts seem to provide a kind of dampening effect to Prisma disruptions. It's a long shot, but maybe they can somehow be used to negate the effects of the Prismacore.
Got any shadow slime tips? Got some hot tips from Gigi.
They're slippery little fellows, aren't they? Shadow slimes will quickly flee from you or prisma disruptions. So your best bet is to search areas that were not recently under the effects of a prisma disruption. Once you do see a group of them, you need to sneak up on them, and then try to knock out as many plorts as possible before they all flee. So be sure to bring some extra junk in your backpack just for that. Just don't go chasing one off a ledge or something. I'm definitely not speaking from experience there.
Hey Gigi, why do you trust me with all of this?
No hero, Beatrix. So I knew that I needed a real hero to stop what is happening here. And a hero you can trust. I mean, if you can't, then who else is there? So I tried to picture the perfect person for this job, and it was you. I've had my trust broken before. That's what caused everything to go wrong. I trusted the wrong people. This is my chance to make it right. You might not feel it yet, but you are a hero, Beatrix. You will become one in time. There are so many amazing adventures ahead of you, I promise. In time, this will just be another chapter in the adventures of Beatrix LeBeau. Another story for some little girl to read under a tree and dream that her life might ever be as grand a tale.
And I better keep moving.
Happy to shed some light for you wherever you need it.
Shed some light here, maybe? Light door? Help? Kinda wonder if maybe there'll be an upgrade related to those as well. Hard to know for sure. Let's wander for a little bit. Ooh. I guess that does make sense. You could manually drag the plorts through these little disruptions. Well, it says you have to launch them. Woo! Speaking of launching, get out of here. Those tars out of here. Rude boys that they are. What's up with this little spot? Maybe a shadow slime spawn? Just a little alcove for them to be in? Ooh, that's... the god rays are gorgeous. This place is definitely... This feels like a prismatic disruption if ever I saw one. I'd say that qualifies. I am kind of thinking of heading back to the ranch for a moment just to drop off these twin slimes. But that does also mean that I have to go quite a ways back to get there. Yeah, I think we'll go do that real quick. And then we need, what was it, 2 rock plorts? There's already new resources here, that's how long I've been exploring. Let's head back on base for a moment and try to find a good spot for these twin slimes. As far as I know, it was 2 rock plorts that we need. Let's pop back through the portal here. And try not to fall. Yeah, see these. Yeah, okay. So we do need more of these radiant projectors. That's another good reason to go back. I'm just gonna make a bunch of them. just need to make a bunch of radiant projectors. Let's head back. We'll make a bunch of radiant projectors. We'll get some rock forts along the way. We'll set these guys up with some of their favorite fruit if we can. At least start getting some growing. Then we'll head back into the Grey Labyrinth. The return portal. Oh, I have a new message. The comm station. Okay. Suppose I should handle that. Yeah, we also have something at Pronto Mart. What are we looking at here? Dream Lantern. Oh, interesting. The calming aura of this device will put slimes to sleep and help them stay asleep through all kinds of disruptions. Interesting. Gold slime floor panel. Since these are all blueprints, might as well buy them. There we go. What do we have over here? Ooh, full moon ball for the baddie slime. Don't know that mine have one. Golden Tangle statue. Absolutely, I'll buy that. Let me go check. What is the... Oh, well, in-game time is almost noon, so it's gonna refresh a new... Put a new deal in here, so let's grab this. Before. And we'll go put this with the... baddie slime. We've still got one in there. I don't remember how much I pared down the ranch so that I could explore. They're not in here. I'll leave the toy in there for when I bring them back. Now the question, where do we want to have the... A minute. There. It's always here. This is new. I don't remember the dig site being a place. An expansion that revealed itself when a wall collapsed inside the den, revealing a secret path to an abandoned archaeological site. That is definitely new. So this expansion was not here before. Well, that works out pretty well in the sense that it gives us a new isolated location. Spring pad. Well, the built-in spring pads can't be all that bad. Huh. Why are there resource flags here already? This feels different. This isn't something that I've already been to. Have I? I mean, I feel like I would have done something with this place if I had been here already, even if it was just something pretty basic. But maybe I have been here. I certainly don't remember being here, but it has been a while. So that doesn't really mean all that much, I suppose. Let's see. We've only got one lot here. What I'd like to do, just for now at least, for now what we can do is we can put the corral in the corner here so that it's, you know, relatively contained location, I suppose. Get all the upgrades for it. I don't know that it really needs the auto feeder, but we'll see. We put our twin slimes in here just on their own. We make this a garden. We upgrade it to full, and we start growing Polara cherries. And I don't think we'll even need to necessarily collect them and put them in. Although I will still try to do that. We'll put the rest of those in here. Because I think the idea is that they can grab stuff that they need from here on their own. Because that's just a thing they can do. I must have been here at some point. So they wouldn't have put a dash pad here. I guess this was here before. I just don't remember it because I was there so briefly. Which I guess makes sense. Well, I guess since we're here, we might as well do a little bit of maintaining here. Let's do a little bit of upkeep. These guys need more food. I'm more than happy to provide for them. Then we need to clear out the plorts. So that this doesn't fill up while we're gone. Let's see, do we need any of these in the refinery? Don't need the honey plorts. Did need phosphor plorts apparently. We've filled most of the way back up on them, that's good. Let's sell the rest of these honey plorts then, since we don't need them. Can't see the market prices on the market link, unfortunately. So I'm curious how much the Shadow and the Prisma plorts go for on the market. That's all of that area taken care of for now. Should be fine. Grab this lettuce. Give that to our favorite boys over here. Oh, are they asleep? Oh my gosh, slimes sleep now. That's totally new. I think slimes used to sleep ever. So I guess that's a brand new mechanic, I guess? Interesting, so they sleep overnight. And then they get right back to it. Do we need any of these? Wow, I'm almost out of pink plorts. Wonder I kept those guys around. I think it's from all the resource flags that I made. Wait, but it wasn't nighttime. Why are they asleep? I guess a nap isn't completely out of the question. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, a bomb ball. Well, I already have the... I think I combined the boom and the baddie slimes, so I don't think I need another toy. Since I already have the one for the baddie slime, I think that should be enough. Large net seems like it might be useful. Let's get one. Just the one. Hive resource flags. Definitely buy these. Can make use of them. Well, yeah. There's definitely a good reason that I pared down on the number of slimes on the ranch. Because until we get to an update where they have the drones reintroduced for automation, keeping up with the slimes and the upkeep and all that, it's a lot. Now let's see, 62, 54, 48, 39. Yeah, I mean, they're within expected ranges. Shadow and Prisma are a little bit more desirable commodity, it seems. As well, just the rest of these bits of lettuce since they're here. I think they were almost out of food over here, weren't they? Sure. Try my best to fully clean this out here. Because I want to get back to the Grey Labyrinth. There's still so much to explore there. I want to make sure that the ranch is not gonna implode while I'm gone. Which means we gotta just do a little bit of upkeep here. We need tabby plorts. We don't. We can just sell these. We got plenty of money for sure. Definitely not hurting in that aspect. I give them some more food. Thanks. Just gotta fix the population ratio here. Got a bunch of these roosters out. Keep it from getting quite as overfull. know I have a new message waiting for me at the comm station. I would love to read them, but the ranch needs ranching. This ranch ain't gonna ranch itself. Ooh, that's a lot of sea hens. There's about to be even more. Put them all in here. Yeah, unfortunately, the rock crystal largos are one of the slimes that I gave up in favor of having a less intensive ranching routine. Unfortunately, that does mean we don't have a ready, accessible source of rock plorts, so we're gonna have to grab them from elsewhere. What are you doing out of your corral? Grab all these guys out of here. Leave a handful of them in there. The rest of these Thundercluck hens in the warp depot. Yeah, these warp depots I've basically just only been using them to deal with moving the hens from place to place. Basically having them set up next to the slime type that prefers that specific type. Do we have full storage on the painted hens yet? We do not. I imagine that's why I kept them out as a double setup. Let's see, I need to clear out some inventory space here. So, the extra roostros, those go with the hunter tabulargos. As well as the elder hens. The elder roostros would also go in there as well. We'll bring those guys back around once we've handled our painted hens. Give me a moment to do that. Does this corral have no roostros in it at all? That's highly unusual. Very strange. I guess I'll just leave that alone. Well, here. We don't need 4 of these guys in here. We can put 2 of them in here. I guess they both turned elderly in the interim. Okay, I think we should be fine for now then. We've got one more little section to take care of. And then we'll check our comm messages. And then we will make ourselves some more of those. Oh, they're radiant somethings. Radiant projectors. I remembered half of the gadget name this time. Alright, let's see. We need these saber plorts. And normally what I would do is I would set up, if I had a new slime type, since the ringtail slime tends to eat more frequently than the standard slimes, I've found it to be a good way to get a a bit more, like a bit of a higher plort flow. So I can fill up the new plort types more quickly as a result. But I feel a little nervous doing that here where we also have... Oh, I guess I moved the fire slimes out. I'm gonna say I do feel a little nervous having them get a little... Like, the ringtail slime's already a little bit of a mischief maker. So having them combined with another mischievous type, another mischievous slime type seems perhaps a bit riskier than I really need to indulge. Looks like we're full on both these plort types though, so we can just go ahead and snag them all. Toss them in the market link. There's one thing to consider with the ringtail slime though. They do have a tendency, they can eat even when they're not hungry. So they will burn through food supply more quickly. So they're not necessarily the most optimal way of, in terms of food resources spent versus plorts gained. They definitely are pretty good for... Oh, I just tossed out a lot of Thundercluck chicks. I had no idea. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just saw them scatter like buckshot in the wind. Oh no. Good thing we have more. One thing I do kind of wish was on the coops. It would be awfully convenient. Similar to how we have this button that will pull out the elder hens and roosters. If we could have one that just pulls out the mature hens, so that they're more easily attainable as a food source. Suppose that might make things a little too easy. And again, you never know. You never know. We do have our puddle slimes here. They lay out their handful of boards. Okay, that's all those. I think that should be it. We don't need puddle plorts. What do we need? Do we need... Okay, Yoki plorts we get barely any, so it makes sense that we're just going to constantly be putting those away. I think part of the reason I didn't put down this Tangle slime is because it has a similar problem to the twin slime, where it can grab things outside of its corral. What is the preferred food of the Tangle slime, by the by? Painted hen. Oh, okay. In that case, I have a proposition. We're gonna put a Tangle Slime here. Just on its own. I think that's what I had this built for anyway. Put them there. And then we'll make, oh no, I guess this area is slightly closer. We'll make this coop with all the upgrades. And we'll bring some painted hens over here. And we'll see how that goes, because I have no idea. No idea how successful that will be, but we will find out. Go over here and grab... Ooh, boy. Look at them all grown up. Let's just do a little bit of cleanup here. Okay, leave those guys there. Oh, we are full. Let me go put these guys away real quick then. Alright, we are full up on mature painted hens. So we just need the the chicks. Those guys there. We'll go drop these guys off with the Tangle Slime. We shall see how it goes. Actually, since I'm here, another set of lettuce here. May as well harvest and store this. These guys were kind of low. Kind of low on food. Solve that problem. Need that. The idea is I don't know how far the Tangle Slime can reach to grab food. I figure if it has poop relatively close by, the idea is hopefully they can kind of feed themselves off of that. Start getting Tangle Plorts, because we don't have any of those. The refinery, so now we do. Speaking of refinery, let's go give that a quick look-see. Figure out what we can make here. We need more of those radiant projectors for sure, so let's make 20 of them. We need lava dust for them, and I don't have all that much left. I think 20 will be fine for now. I don't have a blueprint for a curious flag yet? Interesting. Let's see, yeah, pink plorts are needed for all of the flags. That's why I ran out so quick. Because Yeah, you've seen how many flags I put around all the different areas. There's a lot of them, so you can see how I ran through a bunch of pink plorts real quick. And I haven't dedicated myself to farming up a ton more since then, so we're lacking a little bit. Sure, I like to have 10 of these on hand. Just for the heck of it. What else do we have going on here? Yeah, disruption detectors. Yeah, that was the main thing we needed to grab from here, was just getting more radiant projectors. Okay, we have some comlink stuff, so let's start from Bob.
Hello, fellow human. As gifts for you. Yay, chickens?
Thanks, Gollum. Wonderful. B, if there's one thing I know about the kind of solitary explorer life you're living, it's that you can't have enough reminders that your friends are thinking of you. So, here's a reminder. In the form of a gift. Let it remind you of me and all of our good times together. Ciao, B. And good old Mochi Miles. Yo, B. I got you a little something. Emphasis on little. 'Cause I got myself something big. It's a way better. Thanks. Back to Victor. Beatrix. I was cleaning out the lab and found this. Perhaps you have some use for it? I believe it's still in working order. You know what they say. One person's trash is another person's hastily issued gift. Enjoy. Ooh, attention flag. Thank you. That is actually potentially useful. I like having markers. Speaking of markers, this is a markedly bad situation over here. I need to get this emptied out. Just forgot about these guys. I refilled their food, but didn't empty the plort collector. To see if we need any more of these in the refinery or not. Let's go take a look. Let's see. Floater plorts are full. Angler plorts are full. Okay. We can just sell them then. We'll be taking a nice, breezy 3 empty inventory slots with us when we go back to the Grey Labyrinth. New market deal. Let's go. Anything good? What are we looking at here? Magma fountain. Interesting. Another full moon ball. Definitely don't need that. I think we're good without it. Nothing there that really feels important to grab. I think we're all good. Oof. That definitely slows down the game a little bit. Just due to the sheer number of sea hens that are going on in there. Some elder hens as well. Toss them in with the tabby hunter largos. Get them cleared out. They're not the preferred food, but they are food. Okay. So while we're heading back through to get to the Grey Labyrinth, I believe there should be some rock slimes that we can grab along the way. Grab some of their plorts in the Ember Valley. We just need a couple. And we've got the food to feed them with, so we should only really need to find one of them to think the heartbeat is the preferred food of the rock slime, if I'm not mistaken. So, if we can find one, just grab a couple of plorts to use in the Grey Labyrinth, that would be super chill. There's one. And there's one. We didn't even have to use the food. They just had a couple of plorts laid out for us already. Even better. Don't even need to use the resources because they're provided for us. Work our way through here. See, this is where I set up the different resource flags. So if I'm looking for any specific type of resource, I can just do a round of checking all the flags for that particular resource type in a given area and see what I find. Let me get my energy back, build up here. And just float across and not worry about whether I'm gonna make it. And back in we go. Hey, Nader. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. How are you doing on this fine Saturday? Hello, Crystal Largo. I need you to just kind of shift out of the way a little bit so I don't accidentally feed you. That would be very unfortunate right now. Oh, I guess the other rock plort is to open the other door. Oh, we're opening a shortcut. You know what? I'll take it. Shortcuts are good. I like shortcuts, especially since we don't have a teleporter of any kind to bring us back and forth here yet. I'm watching for a bit, and my god, you were loaded. I mean, I've definitely spent some time farming resources, for sure. I want to try and have resources available on hand whenever new stuff comes out. Neglected to do that a little bit between the major updates, though. So I'm a little bit underprepared in some aspects. Namely, I don't know if you saw my pink plort situation. Thankfully, pink plorts are easy enough to come by, but I'm definitely lacking in that department. Ouch. A burn. This should open our shortcut up completely. Wait a minute, what is this? Aww. Aww. Is there a third one somewhere? Interesting. But hey, at least we have a map. The map is nice. There you go. Does make sense that they hid the map back here. It does beg the question, though. Where on earth would the third one be? Oh, maybe it's that. Still don't know what to do with those, what the map refers to as shadow plort doors. Oh yeah, stabilizing gates, yeah, that makes sense. Still don't know what to do with the shadow plort doors yet. I think as we explore further, we'll find out. Yeah, I do have those, I do have radiant projectors now. I could do a little experimentation with those. I guess I should pick up some Indigonium when it's on the way here. Who knows when I'm gonna need it and what I'm gonna need it for. I'm not gonna go out of my way for it. We might as well grab some whenever it's handy. Just need to find my way back to that doorway. Not this one. Take those, thank you. There's a lot of black Indigonium around here. Actually come across quite a bit. Well, I guess it'll be handy if we ever need some in the future. At least we know it's pretty easy to find. It's just all over the place. Let's see. What am I looking at here? I need to go up this mountain, maybe. Still need to learn my way around here. If we get high ground, we'll find where I'm trying to go eventually. Richest slime rancher ever. You haven't explored the labyrinth yet? No, all of my farming was before the labyrinth update even came out, so yeah, I had a bunch of money and just haven't had a chance to stream this since the update came out. More black Indigonium over here. I'll grab this. Might as well. And with all this new stuff, something tells me I might have to consider doing a little bit of off-stream resource farming again. Because that's the one thing that's just, it takes time to let the resources respawn and then to go out and gather them and then wait for them to respawn again. So it's not a very difficult process per se, I just need to put in the time. It's around this way. I do recognize this sort of mountain range. So bring this down here. I guess I'll grab some tin petals. Yeah, here we go. We have radiant projectors. So we can hook this up. Base over here, I guess. Set you there, and then okay. That lowers this water fountain down for enough that I can reach it more easily. I could still get up here. Oh, that's the other piece of it. Okay. It lowers this one too. Okay. It wasn't totally redundant then. I was sitting here, I was about to be like, I could already get up here. Maybe not as easily, but still easily enough. That explains it. Bringing this down as well, that tied it together. Hey, friends. Play hide and seek. I've heard you're really good at it. He gets launched into the ceiling. Oh. boy. There's another new... Oh yeah, it's another new section. Hope you like purple. Well, it's blue adjacent, so I'd say I'd like it pretty well. It is definitely purple. At some point I'll have to go back to that other area to open up the other 2 locks on this plort door. But for now, I think just broader exploration is probably the way to go. There's a lot to see out here. And if finding more of those GG comm links is anything to go by. Oh, actually, Dream Bubble, new resource. New resource? Maybe I can't hold them yet? Anything is possible in this brave new world. Yeah, getting more of the GG comm links if they provide more gadget blueprints. That could be very helpful. What does this activate? Oh. Fancy. I'll go back for those dream bubbles in a moment. Oh. Huh. Isn't that fun? See a danger zone. More of these tin petals. Yeah, sometimes resource gathering can be a little bit finicky, as evidenced by these tin petals that just absolutely refuse to be gathered unless I'm standing directly on top of them. Sometimes their activation areas are a little bit funky. I wonder if it's because they're close to this purification portal. Might be. What is that all the way out there? Funny little secret area. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if we can find an angle that lets me grab these at all. Whoa. Dream bubble? Friend? I would like to gather some of you. This water seems to be making the dream bubbles a little difficult to grab. I'm sure we'll find other spots to grab them. I'm curious about what's over there, but I don't want to risk it yet. I guess... Too many different directions to go. Decision paralysis is definitely a risk here. Let's go up this geyser that I unlocked. Easier access to, and see what's up here. Oh boy. New friends. Coming over to give me a quick peck on the cheek. Hey friends, how's it going? I'm just gonna fly over here. What's in the tunnel? What's in the tunnel? Oh boy. Anything fun? A little bit of a sneak preview into an area that has lasers? Maybe? Do I want to go down there? I did see a GG comm link over here. Probably whatever door is over here I can't open from this side anyway, so I probably should drop through. I can probably open it from in here somewhere. Give it a try. Hello, print. Ooh, and some more light puzzles. Oh, that's what the laser was? Interesting. Looks way different in the water. No? Let's see what we can do here. Let me just look at the layout here. How can I do this? Oh, there's another pipe that leads further down. Oh boy. Jeez, there's so much area. Getting the maps is gonna be very important. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I need this to hit back. Place one there. And place... Place one... Is that active? It looks active. It's a blocked location, hang on. I get it. Wait a minute. This one's just blue. Interesting. Let me... Jump up and try to get it to actively do something. Yeah, okay. It just needs to be rotated a little bit more this way to be active. I mean, I guess I just have to place as many as it takes to get the thing over there. So at that rate, I might as well just... do this. And then put another one down here. Not try to be super stingy with them. We'll just do that. And hello, Gigi.
I like to call this place Dreamland. I met this cute little pink puffball. I don't know what his deal was. He just ate a tomato, said pollo, and flew away. It was a really strange experience. I used to make my way up here and while away the hours among the clouds. It's a nice place to forget about your problems.
Is this where the labyrinth generates its atmosphere?
Yes, I think so. Maybe even more. There is something different in the air here. It's hard to explain, but it feels almost as if the clouds and even the islands you stand on now are formed from the ether around you. Not built or assembled, but more gathered from tiny nothings in the air. I've spent a long time on these islands, and sometimes I swear I could begin to feel a kind of flow to it, like I was gaining control over it. One day I was feeling homesick while I sat here and thought about how when I was little, I would be out in my mom's garden in the evening, and I would start to smell supper cooking from our house. I used to delight in seeing vegetables growing right in front of me, while smelling their cooked aromas in the air. It felt like things were connected in a way. And then, while I sat there, I closed my eyes trying to picture that garden again. And in that moment, I swear I could smell supper cooking. When I opened my eyes, there was a new island in the distance ahead of me, and on it was the house I grew up in. But it was only there for a moment before fading into the clouds. I still don't know if it was real or not.
Interesting stuff. It definitely feels like it fits the vibe of a dreamland. Do you have any dreams, Gigi?
I used to have lots of dreams. I wanted to break free of the expectations my parents had for me. I wanted to be in charge of my own path. So I dreamed of running away and becoming whoever I wanted to be. I dreamed that one day they would see the person I became and be so happy for me, and everything would be fine somehow. It wouldn't matter that I left them behind. But when you're young, you sometimes don't see just how broken things are that are right in front of you. Your version of the world is like a foggy bathroom mirror. The shape of things, but not the details. I know now that my mom never got over my grandmother's passing. I didn't realize the pressure she felt to continue her legacy, and the sadness that just became part of her life. Not until long after I was gone too. Now I dream that someday I will make it back home, and somehow my parents will understand why I had to leave. I think that's always what it comes down to. You just want them to understand you.
I'm really liking the story that they're bringing in here. This has been a long time coming. We've been teased a lot of little plot hooks through through the earlier log entries. So it's very interesting to get to explore a brand new character and in such depth too. To really get to experience them as a full person and not just, oh, hey, Victor's the scientist that runs the lab, and hey, we've got a cool little mini game we can play now. Definitely a much greater emphasis on the story of this world, I think, being told by a character that's still around and not, I guess, posthumously isn't really, like, that's the closest word I can think of, but sort of after the fact through the logs of the previous explorer, like in Slime Rancher 1. We just have these logs of someone's previous adventures, but now we're getting someone that's actually experiencing these things alongside us. Definitely a nice change of pace. I think it's time I explore this dreamland myself.
Watch your step out here. Dreams can come to an end, just like that.
A little ominous, but understood. Ooh. Royal Jelly. It's back, baby. The Royal Jelly has returned. Guess we'll have to see what that enables later. While I'm here, let's drop a hive resource flag. Right around here. Here. Just right there. I can keep track of stuff. I see another light source deal here. Another switch. That lowers the water fountain. Okay. I see the light source there. I see the couple of things that are needed. Okay, there's 2 light sources. Good to know. So we'll guide... Oh, you're still here. Oh, never mind, he's gone. I was wondering why the music wasn't playing if it was still around. Let's see, we can line this up. That... I guess we'll just have to continue it because of range limitations. Okay, that's 1. And then we just need to guide this one along. That there. And there. I think I made a larger number of these radiant projectors this time. Whoa, shadow slimes. Ooh. First look at a Slumber Largo. Fun. They're not happy to see me though. Keep on moseying along out of here. Still have not found any sort of map for this specific zone yet. What's over here? Anything nifty? There's this whole under area. I'll need to remember that that is there. I'll stick to this upper portion for now. Hey, Slumber Slime. I will sacrifice the tin petals to grab a couple of these guys. To sleep, perchance to sleep more and more and more. Let's see. Delighting in a chomp of chicken when they happen to be awake. Slumber slimes can put other slimes to sleep. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So we got our sleepy boys. Oh, that music. Oh, there's our dream bubbles. Okay. Well... I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any flags for that. That's fine, I'd rather have the slimes, because I can bring those back to the ranch. I can always come out another time for more of the green bubbles. I put down another one of these. 5 resource flags wherever it'll fit. Get back up, which I guess means we go back over here and then wait for my energy to recharge. So that's definitely it's definitely one of those prismatic events going on. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. There's so much to explore. Just the sheer amount of area is a lot. Which makes sense, they did say as much in the update notes. That it's like, hey, with the Grey Labyrinth, we're gonna... There's a lot more map than there used to be. Whoa. So now I'm curious, what is... I didn't notice what their favored food was. Candied hen. Oh boy. I'll have some walking cotton candy at some point in the future. You know, you just need to get out of here, pal. Into the void with you. More royal jelly here. Pop this down here. Cool. Man, as soon as I find out, oh, hey, candied hen. Yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out how to get some portals set up in this place, I think. Because there's a lot of area specific stuff here. I do wonder if there's any sort of built-in teleporters that I just can't access yet because of all of these shadow plort doors. I still don't know how to do anything with those yet, and at some point I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, nice. Candied hens have their own little decoration for their nest. That's kind of cute. I feel like that could be said of pretty much everything in this whole game, though, is just, oh, that's cute. That is just the aesthetic in its entirety is cute. And I mean that in the most positive way possible, because I am totally here for it. And there's another one of these. Well, gosh darn it, I don't know what to do with them. Setting up a radiant projector for them doesn't really do anything, does it? Not without a light source. Technically, I could set one up. Probably that's not gonna really do anything. No. It remains a mystery for now. I still haven't done a whole bunch of experimentation with the new plort types anyway. I just know how to stabilize Prisma plorts. That's pretty much it. And I know how to acquire shadow plorts. That's all I've really gotten so far. It's interesting we've hit something that appears to be a sort of dead end here. It would probably help if I had a map. But seeing as I currently lack one, we'll just have to keep our eyes peeled. There is this door over here. I could maybe find a way over it if they left enough vertical options for me to exploit. You back and then just trying to see how much high ground I can find here. This spot's pretty good. damage ourselves over that, not quite. And the tar have returned. Get out of here. No. No free snacks for you. Get out of here. Man tried to take a bite out of me. I'm not having any of that nonsense. Let's see. Maybe there's something else I can find here? Potentially? I think this is about the highest they'll let me get to. I think they did a better job of keeping the verticality in mind. Building this area out. I might be able to push myself up on that hill. Give it a try. Up. No, it's not pushing up. If anything, it's pushing me down. And it won't let me recharge until I'm back on what it perceives to be solid ground. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna try to push it. They've made it pretty clear that they don't want people going around that way. Let's just go back the way we came from. Still didn't fully explore our previous area of occupancy either. Or there's more we can find over there. At the very least, it shouldn't be very difficult for us to come back to that area later because we have the radiant projectors and everything already set up. Let's head back in here. Because there was this pipe, but there was also this walkway. It just kind of connects to a bunch of other walkable area. Might as well explore. I'm gonna take a look around. This is mainly a little resource area for getting some more Sloomber slimes and candied hens. Worth noting. Fascinating. Another humoury wall. Interesting. Let's go this way. Ooh, this area is looking a little funky. Somebody spilled honey all over this. Ooh, this is a cool looking little spot. All these prismatic shards just floating out here. Is that the prismatic core? That seems like it might be the prismatic core. If that is, that's a bit of a problem.
Hello, Beatrix. Seems you are not lost in the dream just yet.
Everything here seems to be turning gold.
Yes, due to Dreamland's proximity to the Prisma Core, you're seeing some of the worst of its effects. Outside the labyrinth, you have seen mostly chromatic changes to the world, but inside, where the effects are amplified, elemental properties will shift entirely. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Like I've said this all before. fire on the street, and I know it's a place to go. I think I said that wrong, but that might also just be deja vu. Oh. Once the labyrinth falls and the Prismacore's energy radiates across the whole of the Far range, it will transform this world into something unrecognizable, taking all life on the planet with it. I love that the immediate concern of Beatrix is the slimes. Yes, even the tenacious slimes couldn't possibly survive such a catastrophe. But we won't let that happen. You and I will find a way.
We'll find a way. Do you feel lost, by the way? So mean.
I feel lost all the time. Maybe never more so than when I traveled across the glass desert.
Interesting. We are getting Glass Desert referenced here directly. You crossed the Glass Desert?
Yes, twice actually, if you can believe it. To be honest, it nearly killed me. You see, when I started researching the Glass Desert, I discovered that the name was hardly befitting of such a place. What I saw was verdant and teeming with life. This is due to a very special kind of water that flows there that can almost magically grow. Well, who am I kidding? You know this all quite well.
That I do. That I do.
So because of this, I didn't prepare well enough. And on my return trip, the Glass Desert earned its reputation. It was a barren wasteland. The winds stung my face and blinded me, and every time I thought I had my bearing, the world around me would erupt into flames.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I spent so many days just huddled in caves trying to find the courage to press on. I knew I had to. Had to get back to Rainbow Island and find a solution.
How did you find the strength to press on? Gigi pauses for a moment and runs the tatters of her cloak between her fingers.
This cloak belonged to my grandmother. Well, it was the blanket that she used to keep around her legs later in life. That's what I saw in photos anyway. And then it belonged to my mother, well, she gave it to me. Mom used to sew up every tear or fray the moment it happened. So many little stitches that didn't quite match the way she tried to keep it all together. One day I was sitting on the floor of a cave, listening to the storm rage outside. I was wrapped in my cloak and just crying from the weight of it all. I was tired, and it all felt unbearable. And then, I felt my mom protecting me. I looked at all the zigzagging stitches wrapped around me, realized she kept it all together for me, whatever it took to do the job. And maybe now it is torn and frayed and will never be the same, but it's still here. It saved me, just like we'll save this place. It might never be quite the same. We'll hold it all together, Beatrix.
Yeah, I love this writing, it's so good.
Carry on, Beatrix.
So expressive, I love it. Possibly corny to some. But dang if it isn't effective. So all of this turning to gold is a bad thing, and that's definitely the Prismacore over there. Or at least some form of it. Let's keep heading up. Keep exploring the new territory here. At some point we'll still need to go back and check out that pipe that goes straight down into the floor. There is so much area. Hey, Gordo. How's it going? Bloomberg Gordo. Right. New mission. Slumber slimes are great and all. We're in the area that we'll get them. Let's feed as many different hens as we can to this guy, because I believe that gives us access to Portal. Oh hey, map. Well, there's the map. I was not expecting to see that up here. You know what? I'll take it. It's handy to have. Just need to find as many of those candied hens as possible. They've all probably been thoroughly devoured at this point. Let's see what we can find. Just grab any of these hens that I can along the way. A few of them. Those are regular hens. I don't have space for those. I'm hesitant to give up too many of my newly gotten resources. Just keep using what we've got. And we'll just try and go back as promptly as we can. Hopefully grab whatever hasn't been devoured already. There's a few more. Ooh, candied hen, it's tempting to grab those guys. Take what I have, I'll come back. We're just gonna make multiple trips of this. I would very much like to have this teleporter because this is pretty deep into the Grey Labyrinth. Trying to backtrack the long way would definitely take quite a while. And it's a tar outbreak. Oh boy. Give me those candied hens. Try to catch them before the sugar rush. Your unusual sweetness is almost too perfect, as if pulled from the dreams of a hungry slime. Interesting, okay. As much as I'd like to hang on to these guys, I do want to use them to get the teleporter online. Absolutely, that is priority number one, is being able to get back here more easily. There's some dream bubbles. Not really super helpful to me right now. There's just so much new stuff to gather here. I think I'm gonna have my hands full when it comes to resource farming. Okay, we got a few more candied hens. Let's take these guys. I think we just need to take these guys and go. That's a lot of tar. That's a lot of tar. Ow. Taking nibbles out of me. Let's see if I can get these two up here. There we go. Hang on. I'll open this door while I'm over here. We have those slimes hanging out in here. What's up, fellas? All my fellas. Ah, it's another one of these. Wish I knew what to do with them, but I don't. I've not done enough experimentation to solve that mystery yet. We got a few more candied hens. Let's take these guys back. Toss out some of these tar while we're at it. Where's the void? Over this way? Yeah, that should work. Get rid of one of them at least. Toss them straight into the abyss. Get them out of here. Don't need them causing more problems. Back up here, there should be something we can grab, right? A bunch of chicks ready to mature into hens, but we don't have any on hand yet by the looks of it. I don't see any new ones available yet. I think the ones that were in here have been thoroughly devoured, yeah. No way any of those guys survived. I guess we can backtrack and see if any of the previous areas still have any sort of candied hen presence we can capitalize on. Ooh, I heard that slam down behind me. Well, there's some stony hens. It's something. Don't see anything else immediately nearby. Oh, actually. We'll come back to that. I think I got enough height to reach that. Take the 3 stony hens because I think that amounts to more food than 1 candied hen. By what is it, like 1 food point? Feed these to you. And then hopefully by the time we go back, there will be more than 1 candied hen, but hopefully there will still be at least 1. And go back a little bit faster by going this way. Oh, it fell off. A couple of them did. We grabbed a couple, that's pretty good. Ooh, 3 shadow plorts? Don't mind if I do. We got a few more candied hens, pretty good. Don't see anything else nearby. Everything that's here right now is still adolescent. really super helpful right now. Perhaps if we return between them maturing and another slime eating them. Hey, there we go. Got it. And we get our 4 silver slimes back. And we get a teleporter. Which I think is in very good time. Because we've been away from the ranch for a while. Now at least we have a quick way back. Not quite as enticing as a 2-way portal. I'm trying to think what might be a good combination to put with the Slumber slimes, since they can put stuff to sleep. It might, and they themselves are prone to sleeping. It might be a good way of helping to minimize the potential impact of some of the more problematic or mischievous slimes. The Tangle and Twin slimes come to mind for that, since they can reach outside of their enclosures to grab stuff. I'm not entirely sure where I want to mix them up yet. But for now, I'll probably make a little spot for them in the archaeological area and just keep them separate from the twin slimes that are over there. And hopefully that should be fine. In the meantime, though, you should not be out of your enclosure. What are you doing out, Roostro? Need to do a little bit of ranch management, and that'll probably be knowing how long it takes to do. That might very well just take us to closing out the stream here. But we'll see. See how long it takes to get everything topped off. Get these cleared out. I want to make the joke I came for the Goblin King but stayed for the adorable slimes. We have a very clear disclaimer, there's no Bowie, yep. Yeah, I saw Labyrinth and I'm like, There's one movie I think of when I think of Labyrinth. It is the movie called Labyrinth. Funny enough. I know there's other movies that have Labyrinth as their primary focus, but nothing really quite sticks with me in the same way that it's just I'm just gonna immediately think of David Bowie. But hello, Nimmoon, welcome on in. They should have a sequel named The Labyrinth. Like, hey, that other labyrinth, that could have been any labyrinth. This is the labyrinth. I don't run out of stony hens here. We're out of backstock at least. I love the Suicide Squad. Yeah, I never saw those films, so I have very little frame of reference for anything regarding them. But I get the general gist of the sequel naming. I'm sure that never confuses anybody ever. Trying to figure out which movie to watch. It's like, hey, you trying to watch Suicide Squad? No, we're watching The Suicide Squad, and it's like, what's the difference? It's in the name. It's the difference. The is the difference. Let's go shopping. To make the people who know sound like jerks. I mean, it might. Oh, a trash can. We can give our trash panda a trash can? Heck yeah, let's go. Meow. Wonderful. Good meow is always appreciated. We will deliver that. You know what? We'll do that now. I want to give him this trash can and see what he thinks of it. Hey buddy, I got you trash. So you can be the trash panda. You'll have a blast with it. Let's grab all of these here. Sell them off. Yeah, I think that's one thing that's made resource farming kind of tricky for me to really fully commit to. Nice. How did I do that? How did I perform that aerial guidance so cleanly? What am I doing? I'm a backpack god. It just works. What is happening? I was gonna say, it's hard for me to commit to resource farming because I have to do ranch upkeep too. I am half tempted. I already was kind of making a personal compromise by cutting down on the number of slimes on the ranch to begin with, because I like to try and figure out how to keep a full collection of the largos around. Because I like to have all of the slimes on hand, just for the sake of completion, if nothing else. But with all the exploration I've got to do, and the lack of drone automation that I've come to know and love from the first game, because they're waiting until probably pretty close to, if not just straight up waiting until the full release, when pretty much all of the content is in place to actually implement the drones, because they know, I'm pretty sure they've actively acknowledged that people want the drones back. But it's probably not going to happen while there's still major content updates occurring. That way they don't have to go through and update the navigation pathing for the drones every single time that they make an update to the game that is even remotely sizable. Especially if it adds new areas. So, I don't blame them for not adding drones yet. But for my playstyle of wanting to explore more, I think I am going to have to... I'm going to have to sacrifice some of my current infrastructural setup even further than I already have, so that I can leave the ranch and not have it implode on itself just because I was away for a while. I think with where it's at right now, it hasn't been too bad. I can leave and actually, you know, I might leave the. No, let's put the sleepy boys here. This is a nice quiet corner in a in a serene setting. I'm sure this would be a much nicer place for them than the quarry. Like an archaeological dig site. They like meat, so I'll need to, at some point, get some candied hens. Do I want to put them here or there? I should put them here, probably. I'll make a coop, just so it's ready for when I bring candied hens back here. Make sure that their feeder is... Gotta make sure that the feeder is set to the low setting when I do put stuff in there. Just knows I don't need to be absolutely burning through food supply. The other thing I've been trying to do, another thing I've been doing differently in Slime Rancher 2 versus playing through the first game. When I played through Slime Rancher, my go-to strategy was basically, hey, you know what? Fruit is pretty easy to grow and it's easier to manage. It's easier to manage consistently versus the hens and the roosters. These guys are not as consistent, but crops just grow on a regular schedule, so they are about as consistent as a resource gets in this game. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cross every single slime type with the honey slime so that I can feed them all mint mangoes and they will all, and that's the preferred food of the honey slime, so they will all provide double plorts of both honey and whatever type I mix them with. Oh, scarf streamers. That's fun. So basically, I would just only have to worry about growing mint mangoes, and I could feed that to literally every single largo that I had, because it was the favorite food of the honey slime, and I had everything crossed with the honey slime. This time around, I've been trying to play a little bit more, I guess, the quote-unquote intended method, which is to try and mix like types together, or at least try to make some relatively favorable combinations. So things like the pink and the cotton slimes being mixed together. Since pink slimes don't have a favorite food and cotton slimes are just basically one of the first slime types you encounter, makes them a nice, simple combination to put together. And golly, aren't they just the cutest little things? And these tabby hunter largos, since they're both meat eaters and, you know, relatively feline based, figured it makes sense to combine both of them. So that works out pretty well. Let me remind myself of what their favorite foods are. Because tabbies like the stony hens, which I have in there, and the hunters like the roosters, which I also have in there. Having them both in here at the same time, they're very likely to have their favorite food, and it also kind of feeds itself because there's roosters and hens both in here at the same time. So they actually can maintain a population. So they kind of keep themselves fed all the time, which is fun. And then what I did have over here I had the rock and crystal. You can see I left the plorts in here as sort of a marker to indicate which slimes used to be in here. That one was mostly down to they both like vegetables, and they're both, you know, geologically relevant. They both have that sort of geological aesthetic going on, so it makes sense to mix them both together. The angler flutter largo, that one I don't really have too much of a specific logic beyond flutter slimes are kind of specific to feed because they have the nectar requirement, and I didn't have anything really else to pair with the angler specifically. Nothing really came to mind, so I was just like, you know what? I'll just mix the two together. You want to make abominations, though? Do I? I don't know, maybe at some point I might. But I guess my mixtures come from more of a practical point of view. I try to make things at least a little easier on myself to some extent. Honey phosphor largos here. I think it's a similar kind of situation. That's they didn't really have anything specific to mix with. I guess I could do phosphor batty. But I already have boom batty. Do the boom slimes and the batty slimes together when they're here. I'm missing 30 phosphor plorts, okay. Put the first 30 in there. Hello? Oh, the market's updating. We just happened to be doing that. I just happened to be putting plorts in right as it's shifted over to midnight. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me before. But yeah, I would just have the... What are these things even called? Which ones are these? Briar hens. I would feed the briar hens to the batty and boom largos in here. I think I've kind of moved the fire slimes around. I used to have them over here, but I kept having problems with that, so then I moved them over to where I have the tangle slime right now. I had them over in that field area next to the beach. But since I had enough of their plorts, I think they're full, aren't they? Yeah, pretty much. And they were kind of a unique slime type to try and take care of. I think I just, since they're not automatic feeding like these guys are, I figured it was easier to just get rid of them, and I can always go back to Ember Valley and grab more of them because there's lava pools everywhere, so it's not too difficult to find more fire slimes. And then the puddle slimes I've just had over in that beach area for, I think ever since I got them. And that's just where they've always been. I've never had to do anything with them because they are very modest in their existence. They do not cause problems. And then I think I mentioned before that the whole thing I do with the ringtail slime is I basically, since it eats more frequently, basically combine it with whatever slime I need the most plorts of, just quantity-wise. And that's usually where I put the new slime hybrids. The ringtail's kind of a unique case. That's fine, that's fine. I actually do need to stock up on the painted chicks, so I'm gonna grab some of these guys. Yeah, I figure it's not like a 1-to-1 where the ringtails, like they eat more, but I know that not every time that they eat they will actually produce plorts. I think I've just generally found them to be a little bit faster at producing it than just regular Largos. I don't know if that's just anecdotal experience on my part, or if there's anything more to it. But either way, I don't like keeping more than the one ringtail Largo around just because they're a troublemaker. And goodness knows I don't need more of those just casually around. Even just the more tame slimes can sometimes cause problems. That's 100 of you. Just put a bunch of these guys back in here. Yeah, ringtails will just eat whenever there's food. They don't really care. I don't know what it is about them. I guess they just seem to have worked better for that purpose for me than just having regular Largos. I guess maybe it also helps when the new content was only introducing maybe 1 or 2 new slime types at a time. So I wasn't having to think about, oh yeah, now there's like 5 new slime types. So I could just attach the new slime type to the ringtail, and that was just a simple way to handle it. Oh boy. Bunch of painted hens in here. Let's get this all moved into the Tangle Slimes feeder. And clean up the Thundercluck hens. Tangle slime, just this, the fact that I only have one. It's this kind of tricky. Just toss all these guys back in the feeder again. Once you want to attach it to something that has a favorite food, so you don't have to worry about finding a new slime's favorite food, if any. I guess I've always just kind of left this as a flexible one. It's kind of a weird exception. I guess I don't really have a proper logical reason for it. It's just kind of how I've ended up doing it. I haven't bothered to change it. These regular hens out of here. Oh, it's too much happening in here. I guess I never really thought about, the fact that the Yoki slimes might be contributing through their egg production to causing this overpopulation issue. Because yeah, that's a lot of fun, block hens. I guess what I've been using the ringtail slime for is like a experimentation, just getting used to the new slime type and its new and the favorite food type that it introduces. And just getting used to setting up that infrastructure. I suppose that's where my mind kind of draws the logic. If I had to try and interpret it. Yeah, I haven't encountered the weather condition that I can find dervish slimes. I've only gotten the one tangle slime. I've just not been very lucky / attentive with the weather patterns, so I've never gotten a chance to pick them up. Since they're exclusive to the weather conditions, right? I still have these guys. I have to put them in the storage. Do that. Good to know that I still go flying in the air sometimes when I hit the geometry wrong. And also stop sprinting sometimes. All good stuff. Pull some of these guys back out. Yeah, do you think the slowdown in the conservatory might be because I have 2 coops basically inside of these corrals? I just have these multiple layers of hens. I think that might affect the performance of the game a little bit. Oh boy. Left my ranch for ages to explore the labyrinth, and Thunderclaw Coop apparently started breeding like haywire. The Thunder Chick spawned at once when he came back. Yeah. Yeah, oh, that reminds me. Gosh. Before we end for the stream, I need to go check on the experiment. I need to see if they've done anything with this or if it's still like it was before. Because this area over here, where there's at least a couple of chicken spawners. Yeah, this place is... this place is full of chickens. Oh boy, good to see it's still thriving. What a wonderful free-range landscape for them. Oh boy, good to see it still as plentiful as ever. I just had to come back and check on them. So much so that they started like spilling out here. Fun. I came back to a coop with nearly 1,000 thunder chicks and they all grew up together and exploded. Oh no. Not the hen explosion. Yeah, I remember seeing in the earlier... What are you doing? What are you doing out? Get in there. I remember seeing in earlier posts of this game, people would be leaving the ranch and then they would come back and their conservatory would be just absolutely overrun with hens. They just grew wildly out of control. think when that issue was patched, that they actually officially referred to it as a henpocalypse, if I remember correctly. At the very least, I remember that being a community term for it, if not officially acknowledged. But there was just a huge explosion of chickens all over the conservatory, and it was messing with people's performance for sure. Just having that many running around all at the same time. That's why I prefer fruits and vegetables over chickens as a food source. Because at least the fruit isn't going to try and create an uprising while I'm gone. I'm all up through them in my ringtail saber corral, and it was such a dense layer of thunderclucks that the slimes were constantly pressed against the airnet. Yeah, I would imagine so. Even just having 1 or 2 layers with these guys, with the tabby hunters, they already they're bouncy. They're bouncy and pouncy. So they already kind of pressure that airnet a bit. Well, let's go shopping one last time. Rubber ducky for the puddle slimes, absolutely yes. I'll go make that delivery real quick. Then took them all out and threw them everywhere. Now I have hundreds of free-range thunderclucks, which are continuing to breed. Yeah, they'll do that. They will absolutely just keep going if left unchecked. Hence why I went with honey slimes on everything when I played through the first game. Because between that and having drones which could just auto feed stuff, it sure made for a simple, relatively hands-off ranch. Because there was the auto feeding, and then there's also the auto plort collection. So I was definitely free to explore a lot more at length. But now that we have this whole world that I want to explore, I don't have drones, so I can't actually explore quite as frequently without significantly reducing the ranching part of the gameplay loop. Which, you know, I can always go back out and get the slimes again. It's not like it's terribly difficult to do that for most of the slime types anyway. There's definitely a lot more for me to discover with the Grey Labyrinth. So I think in between now and next week's stream, I'll definitely be doing a good amount of resource farming, and I guess making some decisions about the infrastructure on the ranch, just trying to figure out which slimes I want to keep for now, which ones are easy enough and stable enough that I'm not going to have to worry about them if I'm on for a longer period of time. I'm just trying to think. I'll save that thinking for in between streams. There's definitely a lot of resources for me to gather in between anyway. I'll probably when I come back next week, the map will be full of a lot more of those resource flags. If I had to guess. I'm probably gonna place down flags while I'm gathering resources the first time. Yeah, at some point when we do get drones back in, I think I'll be able to add more. I'll be able to add more slimes back into the mix. The other thing too is, since we're still getting new content updates, I don't know how many slime types we're going to end up with. So it's kind of hard for me to know whether or not I can fall back on the old strategy of just mixing everything with a single type of slime, so that I can just have all of them be fed the same food all the time and have no consequences for it. Because I don't know if there's going to be enough space to hold a Largo of every single type in its own unique corral. Because we're getting new slime types, we potentially might even get new areas of the conservatory to then add more slimes to. We'll just have more spaces to handle and ranch the new slime types. So I'll be making some decisions around that over the next week and just kind of get us sorted out with some more foundational resources and things like that, so that hopefully we can do a bit more exploring and experimentation to try and find out what the new stuff is all about, like with the Prisma plorts and the Shadow plorts. All this new stuff that is still a bit of a mystery to me. Still don't know how to interact with those. They show up on the map as Shadow plort doors. I think I just need to do a little more experimentation with that on the next stream. I'll save the new stuff that we haven't already seen. Try to save all that stuff for when I'm actually on the stream so we can kind of experiment together. If I make the discoveries off stream, it's not quite as interesting. I'll do the boring stuff between streams. Just gathering resources and making infrastructural choices. So I think that will be a pretty good place for us to leave for today. I've got some other business I need to take care of tonight, so I'm gonna go start working on that. But thank you all for hanging out. It's good to be back. Having not been on a regular Saturday stream just on my own for what, like 3 or 4 months now? It is nice to be back. And I will be doing these daytime, I'll be doing these slots during the daytime now. So going from noon to 4 p.m. Central Time, instead of being down in the later hours of the evening, where by the time I'm done streaming, we technically wrapped over to the next calendar day. So thank you all for being here and hanging out. I'll do some more resource farming and whatnot in between this and the next stream. Don't know how long we'll be on Slime Rancher 2, but I suppose until we've run out of new things to discover and play around with, we'll see how long that is. But until the next stream, take care everyone.